que tenemos muchas de las armas que se encuentran en manos de estos cárteles son armas que alguien se lo está comprando de una fuente en Estados Unidos y traficando, y eso es un problema en México, es un problema en el Caribe. También estamos enfocados en eso como parte del trabajo de este equipo de implementación. Así que hay muchas cosas que quedan por hacer, pero hemos hecho mucho, hemos logrado mucho en los últimos 8 meses. Ahora lo voy a decir en inglés, y yo sé, ese lo dije en cubano, ahora lo voy a decir en español, no lo voy a poder hacer hoy, pero just briefly, we had an excellent meeting with President Sheinbaum and Foreign Minister de la Fuente. In fact, we've had a great relationship with the government of Mexico during the 8 months of the Trump presidency. It is the closest security cooperation we have ever had, maybe with any country, but certainly in the history of U.S.-Mexico relations. I think that much credit is deserved to President Sheinbaum and her administration in really taking on things that had not been taken on for a very long time. As one example, 59 high-value targets, people we wanted into the United States to face charges for narco-trafficking. It was Mexican authorities who moved them out of jails and transported them themselves into American facilities where they will stand trial, and we believe not just serve the rest of their lives in jail once a jury hears their case, but perhaps will share valuable information that will allow us to identify even more dangers that confront our countries. Because of our geography, we will always be neighbors. And that means we will always share common problems, whether they be migration. The migration numbers today at the U.S. southern border are the lowest they have ever been. They have ever been. And that is due, and thanks and great credit to President Trump for the efforts he's undertaken, but I think also to the efforts of the authorities here in Mexico who have viewed irregular migration as a threat to their own security. Just remember that a significant percentage of the people that were crossing the U.S. southern border illegally into the United States were not from Mexico. They were coming from all over the world, from multiple continents, from halfway around the world. They were coming from Somalia. They were coming from everywhere and crossing through Mexico into the United States. And that was not good for Mexico, and that certainly was not good for the United States. And we have seen those numbers drop historically. And that would not have been possible without the close cooperation between our two governments. But there's more to do, which is why today we are formalizing an implementation group. I know that sounds like a fancy term that means nothing, but it means a lot. This is a high-level group that will meet and coordinate on a regular basis to make sure that all the things we are working on, all the things we have agreed to work on, are happening, are being implemented. So this has been a very productive visit, and we will have many more. We've talked many times. We'll be in touch many more times because there's still a lot of work to do together. But this is an important and I believe a significant day in the relations of our two countries as we are able to continue to formalize this unprecedented, historic, and so far highly successful security cooperation between the government of Mexico and the government of the United States.